Let's get this situated. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. I was like all ready to just hit everything to go. And I was like, oh, you know what? I could use some coffee. So I was like, I have time. Let's pour myself a cup. And what do? I make a mess. I spill it. And then I was late. I was literally like sitting prepared, ready to go. And then I decided I needed coffee. All right. So I think I want to leave his face alone. I think I did good. I think I need to touch up his hair a little bit. And then I can work on the clothes. I just had his pictures up too, and then I lost them. Okay, so this phone is not going to last very long. It's going to die soon. Let's see. Do we have a side view? I kind of like the way this picture is framed a little bit better, but the lighting is throwing me off. It's this warm, like indoor lighting. I need to get my tiny brush. Well, I apologize for the last 2 weeks not being able to stream on Wednesday. Just been busy trying to get stuff taken care of. The dogs. Other things that I'm working on that needed to have done, kind of like this. I think I need this just a little bit more watery. I need a really thin layer. I want it to blend. I should probably zoom in. And let's get that glare taken care of. Don't pay attention to my phone battery. I know it's dying. I have another phone on the charger. I know. You don't need to tell me. I was just talking about that. don't know how many more tiny details I could pack into his face. But I feel like every little step is getting me closer and closer. I need to round out his iris. I need to soften up some of these edges. And now let's bring out that iris a little bit. Okay, he's definitely got just dark brown eyes. I think that's too light. I'm sorry if the details are super tiny. I want to make sure like it's focused in the right spot as well. Touch this whiteness. I need to get a really warm highlight going. And I need to fix that little teeny tiny speck. There we go. I went slightly over the eyelash and it was just bugging me. You probably couldn't even see it. How's it going, Twisted Art Lady? Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Are you gonna be bright enough for a highlight? Got some color. I think I might need to lighten you just a tiny bit. Come on, focus on the painting, not on my hand. It needs to be a little bit more white. It's just darking a little too dark, or it's drying a little too dark. Did get a little bit of a warm up in today. I didn't really get as much done as I would have liked on my warm up, which is just another painting I'm working on. There you go. Get a little bit of that sun glow on that side. That's... I know this is being nitpicky, but I feel like it's going to help make him look more like him. So, what I'm thinking, right here on his lower set of eyelashes, you can kind of see part of his eyelid and then where his lashes are. And his bottom lashes are a whole lot thinner than his upper lashes. And so like one of my issues is it kind of looks like he's wearing mascara, and I think if I am able to get this little hint of skin from the eyelid here, it would help. I feel like that's one of the things that's really like throwing me off. I know it's super nitpicky, but let's see. This is gonna be a super thin line. I'm nervous about doing this one. I don't want to have to redo his eyes, and that's what I'm afraid I'm going to end up needing to do. Hang out. I need you to stay awake. I don't know why on camera his face looks so much more yellow than it is. In person, it looks very close to the same, like reddish, pinkish toned. But on camera, I'm looking at it and it looks more yellow. I do think that helped. I think that helped a lot. Okay, I'm so much happier with his eyes. Kind of also want to get some of his freckles. Kind of speckle it around the rest of his skin. Make it look like it's apart and looks like skin texture. And some very tiny stippling. And then he's got a couple freckles. I do want to put in his freckles. some of the texture to his neck. I get his freckles and then I can work on his hair. I can't zoom in more. And it looks like he's got 3 freckles on his eye. He's got one hidden, one of the, right underneath his eye, and then he's got like one there, one there, and just kind of some other little tiny ones. He's got one around right here. Got one on his lip right there. There's a couple others. Very faint little freckles. I think those first couple were just a teensy bit too bright or too dark. There we go. I kind of only want them to really be noticeable. Like, if you're really like looking at his face. Like they're there. Just very faint little freckles. It's a little too light. I need to make sure my big old head's not in front of the camera. Literally like right up against the painting. Like, hi. Okay, yeah. I'm happy with that. But now I gotta do this like dirty blonde. It's like almost the same color as his freckles. I wonder if I just mix in some of the skin tone I was using with the brown I used for the freckles, if I can get like this light dirty, it's almost kind of like an ash blonde. I kind of want to mix in a little bit of purple with it. I want to use black. I don't want it to lose some of its vividness. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum. For any of you other Pokemon players out there, Kitakami in Scarlet and Violet so far is like my favorite area in any of the games. I like there's something about Kitakami. I love hunting there. I love the music. I just the whole atmosphere of Kitakami. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Kitakami is the downloadable content from the latest, not the latest. Um, Scarlet and Violet were the last main games to come out before Legends ZA, which is the current Pokemon game, but it's mainstream, but not, or mainline, but not really mainline, but it is mainline. It's one of those games. It's still an offshoot of like the main core thing of the series. I am going the wrong way with his hair. Okay, so it's kind of like all swooping forward, like from around, not necessarily his crown, but from like the sides. You can see like the flow of his hair. So I need to kind of mimic that. I don't know if like my camera is equipped to pick up these like fine little details. I'm gonna have to save up to get a better camera for my live streams. One that like I can zoom in. You guys can see these fine details. Although I guess it could just be like seeing things and the details I'm adding in don't really matter. I'm gonna have to get a new detail brush soon. I've had this one for a year and a half now. Try to make my brushes last as long as I can. Just after a while, it doesn't matter like how much I clean it, the product that I try with it, like there's just some like hairs on the bristle that just are, though I think this is natural hair. And I have a straight iron. I wonder if I can just straight iron the bristles, but that is really tiny. I might melt the handle of the brush. I don't know if that would be such a smart idea. teeny tiny brush strokes. I do like that his hair is kind of now creating like an outline separating him from the sky. I do need to do like a couple places where it's just dark, some shadows. It looks really desaturated, but really dark. I'm gonna mix some purple and yellow together to kind of make a gray to mix into this. I don't want it super dark, just enough to like add some texture. Alright, now I can go in with some more of this golden color. Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see the color, but
I think this is the right. I just need to add some white to desaturate it. I apologize, I'm doing this all off camera, but if I zoom out, then you can't see the picture. But you'll see what I'm doing. It's like, do you want you guys to see the picture or what I'm doing? I feel like the picture's the more important thing. I'm gonna have to add in some highlights to this color, but I do think this will work.
I feel like it would look better if I zoomed out.
It's just not like as well focused as it could be. Yeah, I am happy with that. Now for the t-shirt. Alright. I had to get that phone on the charger too. I think I'm going to work on his clothes first. I don't want to use the detailed super small brush yet. You were gonna drip. And I'd prefer you to not drip. I'm just gonna be going with the flow of like how I want the clothes to kind of be draped on him. So like if the fabric's pulling right to left, I'm trying to do the brush strokes right to left, and then if it's pulling up and down, I'm switching to up and down. Just so like my brush strokes kind of reinforce the direction I want the fabric going. trying to like imagine if there was a seam on the side of his shirt and it was coming up and twisting. I'm also trying to like feel my own seam and how it would go up. It would kind of twist. I'm gonna put a guideline. I can always paint over it later, but I do need it to be darker. Heck, I might make it part of the shirt design. Who knows? All right, so I kind of have one here. So this is the seam. It would be coming up right there. And then if this is the seam, it would be on this side. I feel like his shirt would also be down here, kind of slightly pulling up that way because his arm's raising, so he's pulling the shirt. This side's coming down, so it's gonna be a little bit lower. I feel like it needs to be just slightly, but I want this seam, and then it would go behind the side. But this is not an easy thing to envision. Oh, Illustrated, how's it going? Thank you, thank you. I'm definitely liking where, like, how he's looking. He looks like Kenny to me. I hope he looks like Kenny to Cassie and her family. Yeah, like I feel like that's as much of the seam as you're gonna see. Like in it being twisted, I need to fix this crease as well. There's gonna be a crease there. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, I actually think I could do like the darker lines as part of like a shirt pattern. And it will have the added benefit of creating guidelines for me, but looking like it's part of the shirt. And so, like, we're gonna have one line here, and it's gonna be this one right here. I don't get as many naps as I would like, but man, when I am able to get a nap, it feels fantastic. I really wish I could take a nap a day. How's it going, Creator Jargons? Yeah, right? Like, I used to hate taking naps. But man, as I have gotten older, I'm just like, you know what? If I can get a nap in, I am going to take it. Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm trying to create a cheat for his shirt because his shirt is in such a weird angle. I don't know why I picked this angle, but I've put him in this painting and now I gotta go with it. So my issue is this arm's kind of in front but above, and I'm trying to like get figure out how the shirt would lay on his body in this position. And I've made this such a weird position that I cannot find like a proper reference for it. So I'm trying to like feel my own shirt and follow the like seam lines of where my shirt goes when my arm's in that position. So like I'm over here like putting my arm out like this and just like trying to figure out where it's gonna lay. And then I'm making like part of the pattern of this shirt, like these guidelines just kind of like reinforce where the shirt is actually going. To one, like help me keep this accurate, but then like make it look part of the pattern. Like it's a two birds with one stone kind of thing. And then like there's gonna be a seam from the sleeve right here, but then it's gonna come behind and go down the side. So I feel like I kind of got it. Oh yeah, I've been recently like not going to bed till like almost 2 a.m. Like I'll be up painting until like 12:30, 1 o'clock, but then like I need like a decompression period before I can go to bed after painting. You could just go illustrated. You could just do the medieval sleeping schedule. Back in the medieval times, people used to have two periods of sleep. They would go to bed like in the evening as soon as the sun went down. They would go to bed and wake up around like 11 to 1 a.m. Typically around midnight. Do some chores, have some tea, kind of prep for the day to come, and then they would go back to sleep after like 2 hours, and then they would wake up in the morning and just get everything done. And that was like their sleeping schedule. And I have found on days when I do like have that weird sleeping pattern, I feel great the next day. Like if I fall asleep too early in the evening and then I wake up around like 11 o'clock and I'm up until like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and then I go back to bed and wake up at like 6, I'm so refreshed. And I feel like that's more of our natural like sleeping schedule. Would not mind if like that's how we just started to do things as a society, going back to how they would sleep in medieval times. It's actually like where the saying a midnight snack came from, is because back in medieval times, they would wake up at midnight and they would legitimately make some food. Okay, I do need to make this side lower. I feel like you would be about right there with you going up. And yeah, the body movements do help. I just don't have a phone right now to take a picture because I wasn't even thinking about it beforehand. And I'm using all of my phones now, so I don't have a phone I could take a picture with to use as reference. So I got to do it by feel. I'm kind of enacting the pose. You would have done fantastic in Las Vegas. I feel like New York would also be a really good city, but everything was open in Las Vegas all the time. There, like, no matter what you wanted to do, grocery stores, drug stores, clubs, laundromats, the casinos, of course, restaurants, lots of public spaces just open 24 hours. So like no matter what time of day it is, there's always something. I guess so over the years it's kind of like died down. Last time I was at the strip and it was really late, it was like dead. And I was kind of like thrown off. I was like, "Oh my gosh, where is everybody? This is Las Vegas, right?" It's like when I grew up, my early 20s, the Las Vegas Strip was like always busy. It was always packed. Even at like 5 o'clock in the morning, it would be like my friends and I would make fun of it because when people are on vacation, like we back when I was like in our early 20s, we always thought like it's just like fun and games. You don't do anything else. You just kind of like do stuff you haven't done before. That's the point of a vacation. But always like 5 to 7 a.m., all the joggers would come out. And it's just so funny seeing all of the joggers on the Las Vegas Strip who are there on vacation. And that would always tell us, like, oh, we're out too late. The joggers are out. We use that as a cue so many times to like, it's time to go home. We need to get a taxi. Or if there's a friend that we could call, we're too drunk to drive. Can you come pick us up? Most of the time it would be a friend of mine. He had a car we called the float boat because its suspension and it was just completely shot. So like whenever we would go over any kind of bump, whether the tiniest rock or a speed bump, the car would be like whoop, whoop, and it would just like float down the road. And we called it the float boat. He would normally be our like go-to, like we're too drunk to drive. Can you come pick us up in the float boat? And so many nights like going down the road, like, oh my god, you need to pull over. Because like the float boat was not good for keeping our stomach settled. Oh, those would be fun. I've seen so many of those on like YouTube and TikTok. Making me wish I wasn't so poor. I'm like, I want to travel. Ah, my clubbing days. I haven't really thought about my clubbing days in a long time. I'm glad those days are over though. I had my fun with those periods in my life, but alcohol is too cheap in Las Vegas. Like no matter where you are in Las Vegas, you can find some place to go to basically get alcohol for free. And so like we would pregame at the casinos or at a friend's house and just it was all free. Like one of the things that one of the casinos would do is like they would give away bottles of alcohol for free if you were a like member, where if you gamble so many times you gather up points and then you could get discounts and stuff at like other places. So we would like use our cards whenever we would gamble, and they would always be doing like promotions. Like there was one week, one of the casinos, every day was a different bottle of alcohol, and it was premium alcohol. Like I think the first day was Jack Daniels, the second day was Jägermeister, then it was Sky Vodka, and like big bottles too. You just go in, swipe your card, you get your free bottle of alcohol, and then you're on your way. So like my clubbing days, like I was poor, but I didn't really need to spend any money because like we lived in Las Vegas. We could get alcohol for free. And then so many of the bars would do like different kinds of events and promotions where basically like you also get to come in and just drink for free. That was also when I was young, thin, and beautiful, though, and the bar would be giving alcohol away for free. I would have people buying me drinks and like just never had to worry about it. And then one time I went to a club in Utah, and that night cost me like $200 something, and I was like, I am never clubbing in Utah again. And that was like 2007 prices, and it was like $200. Wait, was it 2007? No, that was 2008. I'm in 2008 because I was 22. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened on my. There we go. Okay, I need to get myself some more water. Give me a second. Stay hydrated. It is hot. Stay hydrated. Okay, I am back. Make sure you guys are drinking water. Stay hydrated. Don't get a heat stroke or anything like that. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the YouTuber Minori. I've been watching her a lot lately. She's an artist from Japan. She grew up in San Francisco. Her parents still live in San Francisco, but from what I can gather, her brother and herself both live in Japan now. Like her parents are from Japan, but they live in San Francisco, and so like she has a couple channels out where she does different things like art projects. She does like a lot of cute artwork like Mariah Elizabeth, anime style. And then she also does a bunch of other little things just regarding life in Japan. Like she goes to the arcades and does the crane games. Um, and she tries to get like sometimes she'll get art supplies. Like she's found claw machines where you can get alcohol markers, and like she got a whole bunch of alcohol markers for like $5, both sets and just loose alcohol markers. And she's been kind of fun. She's been making me want to travel a whole lot more. Japan has always been on my bucket list. Ever since I was a kid, I have wanted to go to Japan. Which is funny finding out like later on as an adult, like um, I have quite a bit of Japanese in me. My grandfather was Japanese on my mom's side, like Northern European and Japanese. So it's always it just was funny when I found that out through our DNA testing. I was just like, oh, it almost feels like it was calling to me. That part of me just like knew. That's part of my heritage, and I've always been like just learning new stuff about Japan whenever I can. Mythology, architecture, history, Pokemon. Yeah, it was a little taken aback by like when we found that out, like how much Japanese we had in us. My brother, sister, and I. But then like it made sense. Like one of my friends pointed out when I was talking to her about it. It was just like, yeah, we found this out, and this was in our like the DNA profile that came back. And she's just like, you know what? I can see it in the eyes. And like ever since she pointed that out, like it made sense. Like I used to get bullied in school for two things. One being my buck teeth, like hardcore got made fun of that. Got braces, those got fixed, but the other one stuck too, which is open your eyes, David, open your eyes. So like there's a whole subconscious part of me where like I will consciously make an effort to hold my eyes open wider than they naturally want to sit. And then like after finding that out, I was like, "Oh my god. Well, kids are mean." We have my mom's side is like she's 50% Japanese, 50% German. So my uh so like that side of the family is like pretty European or Japanese, and then my dad's side a lot of Dutch, Norwegian, so like also Northwest Europe. But we weren't surprised by that one. We already knew because I have a cousin, I have a couple cousins who have, oh my gosh, hemophilia, the royal disease. So, like, we kind of already knew, like, we weren't surprised by that one. It was my mom's side. But it kind of makes sense because my was it great grandfather or grandfather? Great grandfather. He came over to the United States during World War II. Like it seemed, I need to do my more research into it, but it seemed like he was doing it just to kind of get away from the war and everything that was going on. and then hid his identity when he made it here. So never told anybody he was Japanese. Um, I think I overheard that he had plastic surgery to kind of like cover facial features just to not look Japanese. And then no one knew. The German traits in my mom are very dominant. She is a tall woman. I think she's like 5'10", 5'9", or 5'11", something around there. Yeah, my mom's pretty tall. She's taller than my dad. And then I'm pretty tall too. I'm not like excessively tall, but I'm 6'2". My niece, I think, is going to be taller than me. She is she is almost as tall as me, and she's not even a preteen, or she's a preteen. She's not a teenager yet. So like those were the traits that everybody paid attention to, and it just like no one ever questioned it. And then yeah, I think my mom and her sister had DNA tests done, and that was when we all found out like, oh, we are significantly Japanese. I don't mind being tall, like when it comes to like my husband wanting help with stuff coming down, because he's shorter than I am, and he'll like, I need help getting this down, and so I help him, and then it makes me feel important, and I don't mind that. But I bang my head on so much more stuff than like anybody else I know. I think there was a study that showed like tall people are less coordinated and more accident prone than short people because our centers of gravity are higher up off the ground, which make us a little bit more unstable than shorter people. Yeah, we've been married. It'll be 10 years this November. I can't believe how quickly 10 years has gone by. Met in college. Been together like since my first semester in college. Oh, well, thank you, Twist Star Lady. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. And always use the allies. That's what we need in this world are allies. I live in Nevada. I'm up in Reno right now. Grew up in Las Vegas, but I'm up in northern Nevada now. I also just haven't felt like changing my screening to Biggest Little Yeti because I feel like Sin City Yeti just rolls off the tongue a little bit better. Congratulations! Oh, nice. We both got married the same year. I am glad to hear that you are an ally then. I was not so lucky with my family. It makes my heart happy to see that the younger generation it has more parents who are allies. Because I know what it's like to grow up without that. and it's not nice. It's not fun. I feel like I need to make his arms just a slight bigger. The shirt looks really baggy on him. His head also looks a little too big for his arms, so I feel like I need to just make his arms a little bit bigger. Oh, illustrated. I totally didn't realize that was you. I just saw the message. Well, if you lived closer, we could go on a double date. I don't understand it either, but understanding it isn't stopping it, so. But I do know, like, when I go out, and in the off chance I talk to younger people, it's nice hearing that they had supportive parents. Like, really, that's all I could ask for. I can't change my past, but seeing that the future is a little bit brighter and better for the younger generation does. Like, I mean, I know right now it feels like we're regressing, but there are still a lot of things that are kind of that do make me happy to see. And one is which is that I do see an influx of more supportive parents. I need to figure out what we're gonna do. Our 10th anniversary is a big one. Wondering if it like maybe do a date night, doing something we haven't done for years. Ooh, like hibachi. Or maybe like a little trip. November, like sometimes Lake Tahoe will have snow, sometimes they won't have snow yet. So like maybe going up there and depending on what the weather is like. Going to a hot spring. We do have a lot of natural hot springs here. Yeah, but unfortunately, I've tried like there's been periods in my life, multiple periods where I've gone long time periods without them being a part of my life. This isn't the first time, but I just haven't seen change. They just want to tell me that they've changed, but the actions don't quite match. And it doesn't bring out the best in me. It brings out a side of me that I don't like, and I'm trying to not take over my life in a way. And so I can't have them in my life. They don't bring out a good side in me. And a lot of it is because they just have not changed. They say they do, but their actions say different. Or they say they've changed, and it's just like, no, you guys haven't. Like I only speak with one person in my family now, and that's my sister. I don't even speak with my brother. he's on my parents' side, and I can grant him that. We have our own history just because of like what I was going through. Everything that my parents were doing to me, I was doing to him when I was growing up. So we never had like the best of relationships because of that. Like, you know, when you're a child and your parents are doing stuff to you and telling you this is out of love and you're supposed to love your brother, so how, as a child, what are you going to do but start treating your sibling in the same way? Because you don't know any better. So I like, I don't hold it against my brother. I've done my best to show him I've changed, grown, and learned, and offered my sincerest apologies. His accepting of my apology was contingent on me, you know, not holding my parents accountable, I guess. So, and since they didn't want to be held accountable, he took their side. So I was just like, you know, it's your choice, and I understand. I know that I do not deserve your forgiveness, and nor was it ever guaranteed, but I will step out and not push it. So, like, I haven't talked to my brother since, nor my parents. Just, they are very, very fundamental in their beliefs. And my dad just doesn't seem to understand, like, especially him, like, he's just like, well, I understand, like, I've accepted you for this. Your words saying it is one thing, but doing it, showing the actions, is a totally different, and your actions have not shown that you accept it. You still, like, he'll say some really off the cuff stuff that I'm just like, absolutely floors me, and then turns around and says like, well, it was nothing. That wasn't nothing. I'm not gonna repeat what he says, but I just couldn't do it. And then when like my husband was noticing it too, and my husband was talking to me about it, like how it was making him feel, and I was like, you know what? You guys are going back to your old habits, whether you want to see it or not. I, I can't have that in my life. It's gonna make me go into old habits, and I want to be better. I want to do better. I want to break this cycle. And like I understand a lot of the things that my parents have been through, and I know like I understand why they are the way they are, but like there's no doubt in my mind that they had their fair share of horrible actions being done to them by their parents. Yeah, I apologize going on that tangent. It's just it's just one of those things. I do try to hold on to happier memories. Like I don't shut off every memory from my parents just because I don't talk to them. There are still things that I enjoyed of my childhood that I hold those close, those memories, because that's really all I have. I just understand that was not the normal, and I'm not gonna like mourn for those memories and want more of them and put myself into situations where it's harming me more to try and chase those kinds of memories. But I'll still enjoy them for what they are. Like growing up, my dad was a steam locomotive engineer, and so like I grew up on a train yard. There's not a lot of people my age or younger who could say they grew up on a train yard. It was around steam locomotives, box cars that I would go into that I shouldn't have been going into, like old school Victorian style coaches. Like I have intimate memories with those big steam locomotives, the big old fashioned coaches, and those were probably my like some of the best memories. Exploring through the train yard. But see, my dad would be like out on an excursion because he was the engineer. He was driving the locomotive, so like they would go out on their excursion, and because I went there all the time, I had done that excursion so many times. He'd be like, "Are you gonna come with this time?" And no, I'm gonna stay in the yard. And they would go, be gone for about 2 hours, and then I like it was a small train yard. They have a Instagram page if you want to see some of the engines that they're still running. It's the Northern Nevada or Nevada Northern Railroad for Ely, Nevada, ELY. They're on Instagram. You can see all sorts of pictures from them. My dad is in some of them. But like I would just explore the train yard while they were out. I'd have so much fun with that. My imagination would go wild. I'd bring my Game Boy out and climb up into like some part of the engine house I shouldn't have been in, on climbing up ladders that were like 100 years old, probably hadn't been tested for stability in years. And I'm just climbing up it, going into like this little perch up with the owls and playing my Game Boy. Owls would all be off in like one corner of the roof area staring at me, and I'm just sitting there like with my legs dangling down playing my Game Boy, playing Pokemon. Well, I am glad that you are part of the community here and an ally for your own community. I'm glad that I can attract people like you. It's a good reminder that we're not alone. Hello and welcome, Blue, and I'm very happy to see that. That is something I know your child will remember and cherish, especially as they get more involved in the community and talk to other people who may not have parents like that. They're really gonna know how special their relationship is. I'm debating if I want to put a design on the shirt. Like, he's got the pictures I've seen, he has plain shirts, but some have like graphics on them, and I'm wondering if I want to do a graphic or just kind of leave it as is. I do feel like I need to tone down the black in this sleeve. It's throwing the pattern off. And see, this is like twist or blue just popping up out of the blue in my chat and mentioning also being accepting and just loving your child for who they are, no matter what it may be. I see a lot more of that than I did like in 2002, 2003, 2004. Like I wasn't comfortable coming out until I was 19. And that was when I was already out of the house. And no, that's actually when I moved back in. Like I tried moving out, it wasn't working out. I ended up moving back in, ended up coming out, and then was homeless for a period. I'll say Las Vegas is not a fun city to be homeless in. But and no, if you're aware of the tunnels in Las Vegas, I know of the tunnels. I explored some of the tunnels. I did not. That was not part of that community. Honestly, when I was homeless, the stories I had heard kind of scared me from that community. So I never went that deep in the tunnels. And if you don't know, because Las Vegas is in the desert and it floods, they have a network of flood control tunnels underneath the city. The thing is, they don't flood that often. And so there's an entire community, almost an entire separate city from Las Vegas that's under Las Vegas in the tunnels. And mainly because, like, in the summertime, it's like 120 degrees. And so the tunnels is a reprieve from the heat because it's nice and cool down there. I am 40. I have no shame in my age. I'm 40 years old. So that was 2005, 2006. The summer of 2005 was when I was homeless. And then ended up meeting some good friends who were part of the community as well. And they took me in, and I got, over time, ended up getting my own space again, holding down a job. And because I will say, like, the biggest thing when I was homeless trying to find a job was, like, because I was stuck outside, like, it was almost impossible to stay clean. In Las Vegas, it's dusty, it's windy, it's hot, you're sweating. And so, like, I would go to job interviews and I would be dressed nice, but I wasn't clean. And so, like, it's really hard to get a job when you're homeless. Even harder now with, like, so many places requiring you to have a permanent address in order to start a job. Yes. Um, I will say though, like, as I got older, I did meet some of the people who lived in the tunnels. Most of them had, like, finally gotten out, were holding down a job and doing much better. And they all really were nice people. There's, like, a governance system that they have, like self-sustaining governance. I thought was pretty cool. Like, there's different factions. They have different leaders, for, like, just protection and things like that. It was interesting learning more about it from someone, like, after the fact, like, and how they got out of the whole thing. But he said, like, the biggest issue is there's a lot of use down there of illegal substances, and that just it's an escape for everybody who's in that position. They're just trying to escape the reality that they live in, and so they get stuck. Yeah, it's why I do my best with what I can, like, just give back to the homeless community. I think just because I was homeless for a period of time, I will always look at it in a different way than most people. And so I always do my best to try to give to the homeless in my area. Um, During the summer, we have a pack of water bottles in our car. We do keep our car shaded so like the water doesn't get ridiculously hot because we don't want plastic leaching in the water. And since we're keeping the bottles in our car, we try to keep the car shaded as much as possible with the windows cracked, just so like the water can stay cool, and we can hand it out to the homeless on summer days like this. The big one though, in the winter time, I will purchase backpacks, bags, whatever I can. Although this last year, I could only do plastic grocery bags. It was all I could afford because backpacks were expensive. But I would fill it with socks, toiletries like deodorant, shampoo, dry shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush, feminine products. I would do like half without and half with feminine products. Just a whole bunch of different hygiene things like that with the socks, gloves. Sometimes I would do a knitted hat if I could afford them. And then like non-perishable easy meals like snacks, so like things that they don't even necessarily need to heat up, like I would get the cans of pre-made chicken salad and tuna salad with crackers, so like it would just need to be opened up, easy pull tabs. Like I put a lot of thought into it because like what were the hurdles that I faced when I was homeless? One of them was like food, and if I would get food, like the food bank, like it's cans, and I don't have a can opener or anything. So how am I supposed to open up these cans? So like, I try to stay cognizant of like pull tabs, drinks, just things like that, and it's like a yearly thing for me that I do. It is a very complex issue. I absolutely agree with that. There's a whole bunch of different factors. Mine was after coming out, feeling dejected and rejected from my family, not like I had a support system anymore, not really any strong wills of continuing forward in life. I was just stuck, but luckily, like in that period, I ended up finding other people who'd been through similar hurdles and issues, and they took me in, and I was able to get back up on my feet. Like I'm not sure the direction my life would have taken had I not stumbled across some good-hearted people. So that's why I try to return the favor as best I can. I am liking that. Okay. Oh, are you an artist as well? What kind of content do you make, Blue? I will definitely shout you out in my live. It is. It can make the biggest difference for somebody's life. Like, I, I know in the pit of my soul, had they I not stumbled across them, I would be in a very different place, if still here, and probably not the best of places. And if I can do something for somebody just to make them feel like they matter and they're important, and somebody out there, like even if it was just for a moment, cared about them and showed them kindness, which kept them going, I'm very happy. You host game nights. What kind of game nights? Is it like Jackbox? I should get Jackbox. I have a Switch. Well, if you're trying to get back into it, there's some people who might like your old stuff and subscribe, waiting ready for you when you're able to post some new stuff. You never know. The art community here on YouTube has been pretty amazing and uplifting. And I do have quite a few people who watch my lives well after the fact. So, like, Blue Days 24, BLUDAIZEE 24 is one. If you're watching after the fact. And then Twisted Art Lady, TWISTEDARTLADY. You know what? I don't know why I'm making this hard on myself.
I have a second phone right here. Blue Days, Twist Art Lady.
If you are watching this in the future and just want to check out their channels, yeah, because I keep my lives on my channel. And so there will be people probably years from this point in time watching and might check out your channel. You never know. Of course. I know some other people are very finicky about like promotion in their lives and stuff. I don't really care. Like, I don't think me sharing someone else's channel or stuff that they do is going to take away from me. Okay, I need to just kind of tone down that one little section by the arm, making his arm look a little bit bigger than I want. I will check out both of your guys' channels once I am done. There. Make sure I have it saved because the chat doesn't necessarily save, but I want to be able to check it afterwards, so I got a screenshot done. Ooh. It sounds pretty. It's one of my favorite things to do in my neighborhood is to go for walks and just take pictures of the wildlife, the scenery around me. Whoops. Like today, when I was taking the dogs out, Baxter and Onyx, I ended up spotting two eagles sitting on a electrical pole watching us. I was like, oh, I needed to keep Baxter and Onyx really close because they weren't watching me, they were watching them. And that is a problem here in the desert. Eagles picking up people's pets. Eagles and coyotes. I actually got a picture of them and a video. I might add it into one of my future videos. I try to be. I didn't have that growing up in lots of periods of times when I needed it, so I want to do my best to try to offer it to others. So I appreciate that. I'm glad you're feeling very welcomed here. What are you doing? Baxter heard his name, and so he's like trying to be super cute to get my attention.
Let's see.
Mr. Baxter, are you wanting to go out on the patio? Is that what you want? Do you want to go out on the patio? You want me to open the door for you? All right.
I'm gonna let him out really quick.
There you go, buddy. Oh no. I got your outside blinky, I'm sorry. It was getting washed. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Needed to let the Baxter outside. He likes to go sun himself. There we go. And this is why I'm totally okay like with people self-promoting. Like when small artists do better, it helps the community overall. So like Illustrated, I love her artwork. She shares a lot on Instagram as well. Oh really? And that's okay. I, I I have my own hurdles staying consistent with content, so like I understand, especially with parents who are trying to make content. Like I totally get it. You do not always have the time. I struggle, and I'm not a parent. I can only imagine trying to keep up with personal hobbies while having children. Yes, that's my struggle. It is very time consuming for long form content. There's nothing wrong with working your way up into that. I mean, that's how I kind of started making long form content. I started with shorts. I was first just posting the short form content on Instagram, and then after a while, I started also posting it to TikTok. And that way, like, I had some time to like build up to where I could keep up with comments and stuff on both accounts. Then I threw in YouTube with it. Started with the shorts. Now I'm doing the long form videos as well. I had to cut my shorts down though. I was doing shorts every single day. I with long form content on top of it, I could not keep up with doing shorts every single day and long form videos. So I try to keep it like 2 3 times a week for short form content posts. Well, I'm a little bit more liberal with posts, but like yeah, tw- twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week is what I stick to. That's a little bit more attainable. It's not. Do I wish I could do this and get paid? Yes, I'm working towards that. There's a reason I'm working towards it because I wouldn't necessarily call it easier, but it's like more focused on passion, and so it just feels happier making that kind of like doing something like that. Not there yet, but maybe one day. Maybe I could get YouTube to pay for a trip to Japan. Oh, glad that it is working now. Kenny's kind of got a little bit of a sticker vibe about him, but I don't hate it for this picture. I kind of want him to have an aura. And even though yellow is not my favorite color, I use it so much because I recognize like it is still a happy-ish color. I feel like he should have blue shoes, blue gray. I'm gonna go with gray. Gray shoes. I haven't really seen any pictures of his feet, so I don't know what kind of tennis shoes that he liked to wear. My first instinct was like, put him in Converse, because that's what I like. Yes, that is me. That is my goofy self in my thumbnails. I know it's my age talking. uh, yeah. I used to wear Converse with everything. I still have a bunch of my Converse. I have my blue, brown. I used to have a pair of pink Converse. Oh, I loved those, but I overwore them. And like, not even duct tape could save them. I was so sad about that. I want to get another pair. I loved my pink Converse so much. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep them in more athletic like shoes. Not let my age influence him. Oh, speaking of age, something that hurt my soul on Tuesday. I don't even remember who posted the video, but I remember the words, and they referred to Britney Spears as oldies pop, and uh I haven't felt the same since then. Them referring to Britney Spears as oldies pop, I was like, ah, oldies pop is not a term I ever expected to hear with Britney Spears. Just have my blue and my brown ones. Them's are fighting words. I just could like yeah, I was caught off guard with that one. I was like, oldies pop. What in the world is oldies pop? You know, Britney Spears. I was like, okay. See, that's what it is to me too. But I was born in '86, so so like, if if music from the '80s is considered oldies, then like I'm an oldie because I was born in '86. That's all like, and I just referred like it was just oldies to me. It was like '70s and '80s, like in 2000. It was just like, oh, that's just oldies. And my dad was like, don't call it the oldies, but it is oldies. It plays on the oldies station because I remember the radio called it the oldies. He's like, don't call it the oldies. Like the radio does. I was like, I know the radio does. I don't like that they call it. Don't call it the oldies. I'm sure you aren't that old. We seem to have some relatability with things, so can't be that old. Oh, that's funny. One of my old high school friends, she runs Backstreet Boys fan group out of Las Vegas, and she still runs it. Like, I think they have a residency there now, and like, yeah, she's like super stoked to find out that Backstreet Boys are like they have a residency in Las Vegas. Nick Carter is her favorite of the members. I never really got into boy bands. I was more into the girl bands. And I missed, I shouldn't even say I missed. I just hadn't heard Spice Girls yet. So like I heard I don't know if anybody here is going to even know this band. I heard the band Bewitched first. And then I heard Spice Girls. But I fell in love with Bewitched, and so like I just never showed any interest in Spice Girls. And Bewitched was like under the same record label as Spice Girls, and they got kind of like the rejected songs from Spice Girls, and just weren't like, the label didn't really focus on them. Everything was on the Spice Girls, so then they ended up just kind of like becoming obscure and falling to the wayside. And then S Club 7 came out, and they were getting the rejected songs from the Spice Girls, but they were actually doing really well with them. And so like then that was my band. I really got into S Club 7. It's been nice meeting you as well, Blue. I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, day, whatever time it may be for you. Be safe out there. I'm glad there's lots of spaces out there that are welcoming and safe for others. I'm glad you're contributing to that. I appreciate it, Twisted Lady. I don't know. Did anybody in here ever listen to or even know of Bewitched? Let's see. What's their famous song? They had like one song that really like kind of blew up, and then that was it. I know some of their other songs. Let's see. What was it? It was "C'est La Vie." No, that's not the right one. That's Jesse. Hold on. Um, Say you will, say you won't, say you'll do what I don't. Say you're true, say to me, wanna say la vie. Oh, ah. I am trying to remember it. I can like sing random songs randomly, but the moment I try to pull up a song that I know, my brain doesn't want to work with me. And now I got like a different song that they're stuck in my head because it's not the one I want. I got Jesse, hold on. uh, I'm gonna rack my brain around this until like I remember it. Just what to do. Oh, here it. I want to know just what to do. Is it very big? Is there room for two? I got a house with the windows and doors. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Gotta let me in. Oh my gosh, I'm slowly remembering. That was not the best of parts for me to like remember either. The very innuendo sounding part. Okay. um, Let me in. I'm a wolf today. Hey, 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 I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll blow you away. Say you will, say you won't, say you'll do what I don't. Say you're true, say to me. Gotta say la vie. Do. Oh, what is the non-chorus part? Do you play with the girls? Do you play with the boys? The girls, do you play with the boys? Do you ever get lonely playing with your toys? We can talk, we can sing. I'll be the queen and you'll be the king. I wish I could play it without getting copyright. That would just be so much easier, but YouTube not nice about their copyright. One of my lives got hit with the copyright, and I was like, oh, okay, well. I didn't know the lives got hit with copyright as well. You know what? If it gets hit, it gets hit. I literally have YouTube open right now. Okay. I have it on. Hey, hey. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Say, hey boy, sitting in your tree. Mommy always wants you to come for tea. Don't be shy, straighten up your tie. Get down from your tree house up in the sky. I wanna know just what it do. Is it very big? Is there room for two? I've got a house with the windows and doors. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Hey, 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 let the fun begin. Hey, I'm a wolf today. Hey, 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 I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll blow you away. Say you won't, say you'll do what I don't. Say you're true, say to me. Wanna say la vie. Say you will, say you won't. Say you'll do what I don't. Say you're true, say to me. Say la vie. With your boys. Play with the boys. Do you ever get lonely playing with your toy? We can talk, we can sing. I'll be the queen and you'll be the king. Hey boy, in your tree, throw down your ladder, make a room for me. I've got a house with the windows and doors. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Hey, 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 let the fun begin. Hey, I'm a wolf today. Hey, 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 I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll blow you away. Say you won't, say you'll do what I don't. Say you're true, say to me. Say la vie, say you will, say you won't. Say you'll do what I don't. Say it's true, say to me. Say la vie. Hey, hey, na 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 hey, na 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 ho, na 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 hey, ha 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 ha. Say you won't, say you'll do what I don't. Say you're true, say to me. Gotta say la vie. Say you will, say you won't. Say you'll do what I don't. Say you're true, say to me. Say la vie. I knew if people heard it, they would remember it. This is like their one big song. That was like, yeah. Well, now you've heard it, and it is very 90s pop sounding. I discovered them from when Disney Channel used to do their like, oh, it's free for this week, and anybody can watch Disney Channel, and you didn't have to pay for it. It was like on a special the Disney Channel was like doing, and Bewitched had come on, and I was enamored. I loved the way they were dancing on stage. I loved their voices. I could not get enough. I wanted everything Bewitched, but they're like a Scottish band, so like finding anything Bewitched in like the late 90s in the United States was like ridiculously hard, especially because like Spice Girls had become popular, so everybody wanted Spice Girls. Let's see. There's since I already played one, I might as well play the other. This was the one that I kept getting in my head while I was trying to remember "C'est La Vie." One of their other songs I really like, Jesse, "Hold On." They just have like this sound. I loved their sound. That bass drop. Like every pop song had to have the bass drop. Crowded train. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. Oh yeah. Wishing all the time away. A day. I gave you my heart, now come rescue me. For better or worse, I do. Oh, Jesse, hold on. Just hold on and on and on and on. BB Mac, yes, I remember BB Mac. Oh my goodness. I need to make a playlist with all these old great 90s songs. Boom, 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 boom. This was one of the few CDs I had uploaded onto my Xbox so I could listen to it through different games as well. Because Xbox had that feature where you could upload your CDs and then you could listen to your own music while you're playing, and that was a big deal. I'm not surprised. I am really not surprised. I do. Oh, Jesse, hold on. Just hold on and on and on and on. Oh, Jesse, hold on. Just hold on and on and on and on. This was my favorite music video of theirs because even though they're Scottish, this song takes place in like a mock-up Western town, and they're dancing around steam locomotives. Let's see. So you could just see it really quick. I was obsessed with this music video because of the trains. Look at how 90s this looks. I love it. Oh, the nostalgia. All right, I don't want to play too much of it. I don't want to get like, I'm pushing copyright right now. It is, yeah. I should probably look up to see what they're doing. I haven't heard from them in so long. Like, you guys still have fans. I'm still alive. I was so obsessed with them when I was a kid. I think one day I might need to just do like a music day. I know people do that on TikTok. like they'll just take song requests and like go through nostalgia, new song stuff that they don't know. Free. I haven't heard this song in freaking forever. Yeah, this was this is my childhood. Until you're back here, baby. Want you, need you so. Until you're back here, baby. I want you to know. Let you go. Cause here I am, so alone, and I've nothing in this world I can do until you're back here, baby. I'm surprised I can remember so much of these songs. I have not heard them in years. It's a feeling inside, I want you to know. You are the one and I can't let you go. I cannot hit those high notes anymore. Cause here I am, and I've nothing in this world I can do until you're back here, baby. Oh, this is making me want to do karaoke. I haven't done karaoke in so long. Inside, I want you to know you are the one that I want. Back here, baby. Is this gonna be a fun prank? Because yeah, I'm curious too. Like, what is this prank? Well, now I gotta play my best song for you guys. Like when I want to show off at the karaoke bar, instead of pulling out something I kind of know, I have one song that is my default that I know I can sing and I can sing well. I know this is gonna be very different of any of my lives. I haven't sung or played music in any of my lives. I have one Queen song I'll sing too. Debbie just hit the wall. She never had it all. Oh, one Prozac a day. Husband's a CPA. Her grades went out the door when she turned 24. Only been with one man. What happened to her plan? She was gonna be an actress. She was gonna be a star. She was gonna shake her ass on the hood of Whitesnake's car. My yellow SUV is now the enemy. Looks at her average life, nothing has been alright since Bruce Springsteen, Madonna. Way before Nirvana, there was U2 and Blondie, and music still on MTV. Her two kids in high school, they tell her that she's uncool, cause she's still preoccupied. 1985. 1985. She's seen all the classics, she knows every line. Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, even St. Elmo's Fire. She rocked out to Wham! Not a big Limp Bizkit fan. I thought she did a hand on a member of Duran Duran. Where's the mini skirt? Made of snake skin. And who's the other guy that's singing in Van Halen? When did reality become TV? Whatever happened to sitcoms, game shows, on the radio? Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana. There was U2 and Blondie, music still on MTV. Her 2 kids in high school, they tell her that she's uncool, cause she's still preoccupied. 1985. I will totally watch out for it. Like I said, as soon as my live is done in about 30 minutes, I will absolutely check out your channel and subscribe. Come in, actor! Please make this stop! 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 And bring back Springsteen, Madonna. Way before Nirvana, there was U2 and Blondie. Music still on MTV. Her 2 kids in high school, they tell her that she's uncool, cause she's still preoccupied. 1985's Springsteen, Madonna. Way before Nirvana, there was U2 and... Oh, I don't know any Limp Bizkit songs to sing. I mean, I know some, but not well enough to sing. I was more into pop, pop and emo music. That was those were my things. Let's see, some of my other karaoke songs. "Crazy Little Thing Called Love" by Queen. That's my Queen song I'll go to. Stacy's Mom, "Fountains of Wayne." Oh, Stacy's mom. How does it go again? Boom 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 boom. Stacy's mom has got it going on. Stacy's mom has got it going on. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that one in forever. Oh, Scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly, but also known as a buster. Now I have to listen to Scrubs. I haven't heard Scrubs in forever. YouTube's listening to me. I pulled up S for Scrubs, and the first one on there is Stacy's mom. Like, look at that. They're listening to me. Do Unpretty. Let's see. The song title sounds familiar, but I am drawing a blank. Oh, TLC. I probably know it as soon as I hear the song. Yes. Yep, I know it. As soon as I heard the first couple notes. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. This is my cousin Jen's favorite song. Makes me think of her. She passed away back in 2016. I'll have to add this to my rotations when I just want to think of happy memories with Jen again. because of you. Hey, I have myself to blame. I'm just tripping. You can buy your hair if it won't grow. You can ring your nose if you say so. You can buy all the makeup the Mac can make. But if you can't look inside you, about who I am to be in the position to make me feel so damn pretty. Oh, nice. Glad you're getting back into what makes you happy with your hair. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, it is. It's just been so long since I've heard it. I used to be so cute to me. You're skinny. Why do who I am? Every time I think I'm fun. This takes me back, like, takes me back to middle school. That's when this song came out. I was going to R.O. Gibson. It was the super early days of the internet. I used to rollerblade to school really early so I could get to the library, because the library opened an hour and a half before school did. And so I could go to the library and I could look up Dragon Ball Z pictures or Sailor Moon pictures for drawing. And I'd print them out for 10 cents each. And I could take them home and hide them, but copy them like drawing wise so I can learn how to draw anime. There's only one thing one of my dogs is afraid of, Onyx, and he's afraid of the vacuum cleaner. That's the only thing he's afraid of. Otherwise, he's a pretty fearless dog to the point that he's kind of dumb sometimes. Love him to death, but there's only one thing that scares him, and that's the vacuum cleaner. You can know if you say so. You can buy all the things that can make. But if you can't look inside you, and that why in the position to say, feel so damn unpretty. I know this live is going to end up getting just a copyright strike. I'll just leave it up and whatever. I'll take the hit. Now I need to hear Scrubs. Like that's on my mind. And I'm sure there's people who might watch this like, you mentioned Scrubs, why didn't you play Scrubs? It is good vibes. Scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly, but also known as a buster. Always tripping out what he wants and just sits on his broke ass. So no, I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine, and no, I don't want to leave nowhere, no. I don't want none of your time, and no, I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I love salt and peppers. Yeah. Oh, what was the song I heard the other day that made me go, ah, this is taking me back to middle school. This is another one that just takes me back to middle school. And the little kid dances that we would do. We weren't allowed to we had to keep separation between us, and there wasn't any kind of provocative dancing allowed, but they would play music like this and tell us kids like, okay, dance to the music, but don't dance provocatively. The 90s was a weird time. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. Yes, son, I'm talking to you. But no money, oh no, I don't want no scrub. Scrub. No. Scrub. Right? It was such a weird time. I just remember that, we had TLC. We saw how they were dancing in the music video. Everybody wanted to mimic what they were doing in the dance video, but we were kids. We didn't understand oh, it's provocative dancing. We were just we wanted to dance like them. But no, we were not allowed to. I can't tell you how many times teachers or parents were tap on our shoulder. You know, that's not appropriate dancing. God, it was such weird times. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Oh, what was it? I just had a song that popped up. This was super popular when I was in 7th grade, and it was everywhere. Let's see who's gonna get this. Let's see. And then I'll put back on my lo-fi. Oh, there's so many new songs. It's not the first. That's funny. This was huge when I was in 7th grade. And they were talking about don't dance provocatively while blasting this on everywhere. I can do that. I'll subscribe as soon as I'm done with this live so I can. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. It's kind of a quiet song. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting. Come and jump on it, let's do it. Illustrated, you're more close to my age. No, I didn't understand the lyrics either. But like the music video was playing everywhere. It was all over MTV. It was all over VH1. It was like, you could see it in the stores. This song was on the radio. And they were blaring this song everywhere in my middle school. At all the school dances. And then they're like, don't dance provocatively. That's what I remember the most about middle school is this song. It was just so big, playing everywhere and at every single one of my school dances. Sometimes 2-3 times. I gotta say, like, I was enamored with this music video. I'm sitting there like I would have been 11, 12 years old, not understanding what's going on and just staring at this music video, not understanding, like, why do I like this music video so much? Because it's like just a male strip club. That's what the music video is. Like, this was definitely one of my awakenings, was this song and this music video. She is an artist. She does art content. She has content on YouTube, not very many long form videos, but some shorts, as well as on Instagram under the same name. God, and this now just make me think of like all of the weird stuff that you could find in the like back to school fashion. Some of the things that was very popular when I was growing up. Like the Victoria's Secret pants that said juicy on the butt. The super provocative stuff from American Eagle and Hollister. Oh my gosh. I never went into those stores. Both of those stores made me so uncomfortable. Like, I went into one when I was so when I was in high school, I had put on a whole bunch of weight. It was the largest I'd ever been. Like, I've put on some weight as an adult, but I'm still not as large as I was in high school. Like, I was a waist size 50 in men's at my largest. So like, I was a pretty big boy. But right after I lost all my weight, my senior year, like freshman, sophomore, junior year, I had gotten pretty heavy. But then senior year, unfortunately, was not healthy. But between junior and senior year, I ended up losing a lot of weight and went down to a waist size 32. And I went into a Hollister because I was like, I could fit into their stuff. And I did not like the feeling. I don't know if they were a manager. I don't remember who they were, but it was some kind of employee in the store. Made me really uncomfortable. It was like the first time since I was a little child that I had felt like somebody was objectifying me without saying anything. And I never went back into one of those stores again. It was just like, even though nothing had happened, it's one of those where you get that sense and you know something is
is very wrong. And it was just this older, like fit man. It's just what I remember. It was just like gave me the heebie-jeebies like nothing else.
I'm definitely gonna need to work on his shoes, but his outfit is coming together. I wanted to. It's just after that I didn't, because I didn't want to go in the store. I didn't like the way I didn't like the way that guy made me feel. Just creeped me out. And then of course, like as an adult, going back and learning about all of the horrible things behind those companies, and I'm like, oh well, that makes sense. Yes, they did. It was those curtains that would like. Okay, I don't know if this was every Hollister, but the one in Las Vegas, it was at the Meadowwood Mall. Or not Meadowwood, Meadow Mall. Meadowwood's here in Reno. Meadow Mall's down in Las Vegas. The Meadow Mall is the one that I would go to. And the dressing room, the curtains wouldn't shut all the way. So like the dressing room door or like walk area was so big, but the curtain was like 3 inches too short to completely shut all the way. That was like one of the things I really like remembered, and that was when, like after that, the creepy guy. That was when I was just like, you know what, I'm not. I didn't want to change to try on the clothes that I had. I don't even remember what I was like looking to try on. I only wanted them because like everybody at my high school had all the clothes, so I felt like I needed them to fit in. But like I just did not like that feeling, and I didn't get any clothes. Didn't try on anything because yeah, I just felt like anybody could just see you walking past, and they did that on purpose. Their weird dressing rooms, I hadn't thought about those in a long time. You're like bringing up old repressed memories. Yeah, Hollister was definitely like one of those weird stores. I think Swoop should do a video on Hollister, or maybe Bailey Sarian. Let's get the dark history of that dark history of Hollister and Amber Crombie and American Eagle. Yeah, it was definitely like it was a store made for teenagers by perverted old men, like Victoria's Secret. Did you at least shop at Hot Topic when it was still like good? Not saying it's bad now. They actually still have stuff in there that I will purchase. But like, I mean, the fashion I definitely think was a lot better when I was in high school.
Oh my gosh, that makes me sound old. I thought I just thought they had better products when I was a kid. I am a millennial, but I mean, I shopped at Hot Topic. I thought they had a lot of cool clothes. I haven't been in the mall in such a long time, though. But the last time I went into a Hot Topic, right after I had been inside of a boxed lunch, and I was just like, it's the same store. It's the same store now. Just Funko Pops everywhere, lots of toys, hardly anything like to do with the goth scene. And I was just kind of like, okay, well, Hot Topic and Box Lunch are like the same store now. I stopped going to the mall when the store gamekeepers closed. Like that was the main thing that would drive me to the mall and like stay at the mall was gamekeeper. But that was because of Pokemon cards. Yeah, not I just can't deal with the. There's some people I can deal with, but I just feel like when I'm out in public, I don't see like the decent people as much. It's all angry people, lots of angry people. Um, oh my gosh, yeah. Eric and I went to the movies last 2 years ago, and it was like $65 for the two of us. Like, yeah, I just never again. And we didn't even get that much. It was the two tickets. We got popcorn. We both got a beer and a hot dog, and it was like almost $70. And after that, Eric was just like, we can rent a movie we haven't seen, and get takeout and eat at home for so much cheaper, and the food will actually be good. That's kind of cute. The mall was starting to die out when I was a teenager. Like, so I know it like kind of rippled out. The bigger cities kind of people stopped going to the mall as much first, and then it started like rippling out to like smaller communities. So like early 2000s to mid 2000s was when like the mall era started dying off a little bit, and so like my store was Borders bookstore. They would host one like they would do like drawing days where they would have an artist come and teach people how to draw manga and anime. But the Pokemon card game was also held there, the tournaments, and I was a gym leader there. They ended up getting like a deli and cafe inside of the Borders. And that was my go-to store. I loved Borders. That was my hangout spot. I don't judge. I had I had my hoe days. I don't talk about them too much anymore. We had. I don't know if we have them anymore. But we had a cheap movie theater like that too. They would only show like old movies and reruns and stuff, but I think it was like $4 a ticket. But it's been like 5 years since I've last been to them. Yeah, see, none of the malls near me had good arcades, but we had the casinos, and in Las Vegas, there's the Circus, which has like an entire Midway and arcade. That like, if you were gonna go out to an arcade, it was you went to Circus, or one of the other casinos, because I think New York had a good arcade. Circus, Excalibur. Oh, the Luxor. I loved the Luxor's arcade. They had a really good one. And then we ended up getting a Dave and Buster's. And then the arcades and the casinos kind of like died. Luckily, at the time, my aunt, my mom's sister, she was the manager at an AMC. So, like, I got to go to movie theaters for free. She would make me work for tickets, though. She would give me, like, if I was with friends or something and I saw her, she would give me free tickets. But, like, if I called her and asked for free tickets, she's like, yeah, you could get some free tickets, but make sure you get here, like, an hour and a half early. And she would make me work for her to get my free tickets. Which, I mean, at the time, like, I didn't care. I was just like, oh, you get to go see the movie for free. Although it did get me in trouble because, like, since she was the manager of the theater, it made me feel like I could, like, sneak into any movie I wanted. But then she would tell my mom, like, the movies I would sneak into. And I got in trouble for that a couple times. Because there were movies I wasn't supposed to see. Is very restricted on movies. PG-13 R movies were a no-no. I feel like these are starting to look like vans. I'm not even looking up at a reference. I'm just kind of like making it up as I go. And I feel like I just defaulted to vans. Let's see if I could change them up, because I think that's another, like, showing my age. It's almost time. Baxter knows when I go live, like when it needs to end because he's getting antsy and he's like, I know it's time. It's almost time. It's time for me to go OUT. I can't say the word because he knows it and he'll start barking at me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Art's been one of the few things in my life that's just always made sense to me. And I didn't always respect my artwork because I went most of my life destroying almost everything I made. But I'm glad I've gotten to a point in my life now where I can let it be, have fun with it, and then do things like this. Let's see. I know, Baxter. Give me a second. I think I did a pretty good job, though. I'm going to have to end it here. Baxter knows his time of day, and he's got to go OUT, and I don't want to make him wait. He's old. I'll let you guys see. He's waiting for me. Look at how pretty he sits and he waits for me. I can't say no to that. So, see, it's me. Anyways, there's everything. I hope you guys had fun. I'm gonna have to take off because I need to take Baxter OUT, and yeah. Anyways, I will be live next Wednesday, same time. So hopefully I'll see you then. Otherwise, I have a video going up on Sunday, and we'll see you in the future. And I will subscribe Twisted and Blue as soon as I'm done. So hope you all have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. Don't get lost. Don't get stolen. Bye, you beautiful people.
No. Hey.